Hi, this is Mandy with Scott Leroy Marketing, and today's class is print marketing. We are going to show you how to edit print pieces within your command designs. If you are here with me live, you can always drop your questions in the chat as I go through the class. If I see them or if they're on topic, I will definitely try to pause and get those answered for you as we're moving along. But if not, no worries. I'll stay a couple minutes after class to help get anything answered for you. And if you're watching this back on recording, you can always reach out to us at support@scottleroymarketing.com. We'll be happy to see how we can assist you. All right, so first things first, let's sign into command. That is agent.kw.com. You would use your username and password here. By the way, if you ever have a problem signing in, we recommend hitting that eyeball right here to show your password and putting your cursor before and after the username and the password in order to make sure there's no extra spaces that will cause your login to fail, especially if you're copying and pasting your username and password. So go ahead and click sign in when you're ready. And pray it doesn't take forever to load. All right. And so today we're going to spend our time in the Designs tab. Over here on the left-hand side, it's the paintbrush with a little piece of paper behind it. If you're not super familiar with these icons, you can always click the red square and it will pop out the names for you here. So your Design Center is right here, or Designs tab. You'll hear it referred to as both. And this page will look a little different for everybody. These are the projects that we've already gone in and edited. I'll get my speech right in a second, that you've edited. And so you'll see these particular projects here. So if you haven't jumped into designs just yet, and you haven't actually saved or edited anything, you may not see anything here on your dashboard, and that's okay too. So again, don't freak out if it looks a little different on our screen. These are just the pieces that we've created and put here, okay? So once you come in and edit a piece, just know you can always come right here to your designs dashboard and you should be able to locate it right here. It will automatically put these here for you. For today, we're going to jump in to the back end basically of your designs. I want to show you how to get to your assets, your brand assets first, because that's the first thing to do is make sure those are squared away and it makes it a little easier for building your designs. So we'll click Import Design at the top right. And this page does usually take just a quick second to load as it is redirecting. But where you were fixing to see, there it goes. All right, so this is going to show you possibly some projects, like it automatically came to the tab My Projects at the top. So it's showing you the things that you may have already worked on and jumped in to edit down here as well. But along the top, you'll notice we also have templates. If you click templates, there we go. On this left-hand side over here, you'll actually see all the different templates that are provided to you for social and print pieces. We'll jump into these in just a few seconds. You also notice that you have the option to look for images up here at the top, where you can actually search through and go through stock images. My Projects was what we were just on, and that will show you the pieces that you've already jumped in and edited and made your own. And then assets. This is what I want to show you first. These are going to be your branded assets for when you are building your designs. It's just easier to have all of this set up so you can easily, quickly grab it and change things out on your design as you're going through. So let's go over what you are offered here on the left-hand side. So the top, notice that it says Keller Williams Realty, and these are going to be your KWRI provided, which is Keller Williams Regional International, by the way. So those are the assets that they actually provide in here, and you can see they offer colors and fonts. So they offer the Keller Williams color palette right here. I'll show you how this will work in your design soon. You also have some font options that are used within their pieces as well, or things that they suggest that you can use based on their branding. And then images. These are going to be also organized into topics at the top. If you're looking for a particular stock image, they're just giving you a quick access right here to some stock images. If you have something particular you're looking for, like house exteriors or things like that, you can click here, and they've already got some great ones already pulled up for you here. Next is text. These are going to be things that you would typically have to enter a lot. Um, I will show you more down here under your assets of some examples. For Keller Williams, the one that they have saved under their asset is each office is independently owned and operated. So it's kind of like a quick grab. So you don't have to type that out every time you're designing and editing a design. You can just quickly grab it right here. Logos. These are going to be commonly used logos. KW does provide things like event logos, like think of Red Day. If you're a luxury agent, you would have access to luxury. Miscellaneous is going to go into like your NAR logo and your equal housing opportunity. If we click back on logos here, there's a few more like labs and KW. Again, logos that they are providing for you here. Okay. Elements are going to be more of like icons that you use often. So you'll see that KW has provided like the phone or text symbol, things like that. And then you'll also have videos here as well as other files that KW has provided. They have a style guide and a design addendum here if you'd ever like to check that out. Below that, though, these are my assets. These are going to be associated with your brand. So you can click color and fonts and actually create your own palettes here. Let's say if you have your own um, brand colors that you like to use on all of your design pieces, you can easily come in here and click add new palette. It's right here. And you can click the plus sign and start choosing colors. So you can move these around, just choose anything you would like to. You can even have an eyedropper if you've got something like an image pulled up on your screen that you would like to choose a color right out of that image to make sure it matches, like maybe your logo, stuff like that. So you can come in here and choose these, whatever you would like it to be, and just play around and create this palette. Okay. So do this with however many colors you would like. There's no minimum or maximum here. And you can always come in and rename this palette and choose whatever you would like. So team brand, if that's something you would like, you can leave it just as my brand and rename it. Create as many color palettes as you would like. Down here for the fonts as well, you can upload other fonts, but you can also choose through the web fonts that they offer, which is really neat. So click web fonts over to the right, and you can just scroll through these and choose which ones you like and just toggle them on to be an option. Um, Pretty handy. So you can just scroll through these and choose. And when you're done, you can just always click add, and you'll notice that these will now be added into your assets. So if you're wanting to use them on your marketing pieces, when we jump in to edit a design, you can just grab these easily. Next, images. Highly recommend uploading your headshot here. It just will, again, save you some time and steps if you go ahead and have your headshot here uploaded. It's also an easy way to remove the background from an image as well. Like for Scott's right here, if we click the three dots, um, let me go ahead and duplicate it. So I'm going to make a copy, and then I can choose that and click remove background. It may take it just a second, but it should create a duplicate for us. Ah, it says it failed for that image. Bless it. So we have seen designs be a little janky this week just because they are doing a lot of updates. So I'm going to choose a different photo just to see if it'll let me do that really quick. And it failed for that one too. Okay, guys. Well, this is tech in real time. So just know that it usually is very simple to come in here and remove an image from a background. You can upload the image here for your headshot just by clicking upload image in the top right. And then you can always choose the three dots here and remove background, and hopefully it will work for you as it normally does. Next, over here is text to the left. Remember, I was saying things that you might enter commonly on your design pieces. Think about like your Instagram link, maybe for all your real estate needs, your website, your phone number, maybe your bio, things like that that you would commonly put on all of your design pieces. You can go ahead and create those in a text asset here by clicking Add Text at the top, and they will be easy to use and save you again some steps when you're editing your pieces. Next, let's jump into logos. These are going to be maybe your branded logos or your market center specific logos, things like that. I actually want to show you how to download your market center logos and KW logos, just so you guys are all familiar with where they live. So I'm going to open an extra tab up here and go to kwconnect.com. If you're logged into Command, it should automatically have you logged into KW as well. There we go. Let me zoom in so you can see it. And then up here at the top, resources, and scroll down to marketing. Choose logos and branding. And then from here, already on this page, if I scroll down, you'll notice that there will be some Keller Williams logos down here towards the bottom. Primary logos, also the ones that include the word realty. They even have some of the shortened ones, the informal, also the linear ones. And then the 1KW as well down at the bottom. But if we scroll back up, and you can grab any of these guys, if you click on the gray button underneath, you can grab any of those. But coming back up right here where it says Premier Properties gives an example of a market center specific logo. You can enter your market center number here below. Just going to grab a random one. Try again, a random one. There we go. And you'll notice the market center shows on the left, market center name, which I'm going to copy and use in just a second. But you can come right here to download and click preview, and it will show you what that logo looks like. If you know this is the one that you want, you can go ahead and click download. It's going to save, and it's going to be in a compressed zip folder. So we're actually going to go grab that folder again on your device, click extract, and extract all. I'll give that just a second. It opens another box over here on my other monitor just so you can see, asks where you want the extracted files to go, and you can click extract. It's just because it's a large file of a lot of images, so to make it easier for you to download, it puts it in a zipped folder. Now that we have extracted it, we can see the little folder right here that no longer has that zip icon on it. It no longer says zipped. It's just a file folder. So we can double click that, and it will open the folders that were within it. Now, all of these have different logos in them. I just want to show you the black and white and the CMYK. So black and white folder right here. Let's go ahead and change the view so you can see those a little bit better. And so you'll see like some of the logos have the white background here, black and gray. These look a little more white with a little gray on them as well. If I were to go back to my folder and grab the CMYK, those are going to be your colors. And so, bear with me again. There we go. So you can see here, it has the red KW on that as well. And this one also has the text in white. So just so you can see the different kinds that you have in each of the folders. So I'm going to close that. Now we have our logos that we want. I'll go ahead and close the KW Connect tabs. And I'm back here in Command where we were looking at our design assets. And you can come right up here to the top and upload logo. So I'm actually going to create a new folder first. Remember when I saved the name of that market center? So I'm going to go ahead and make a new folder just to help organize. So right here in my folder, I'm going to open it up and upload the logos. Choose my device. We're going to the folder that we just opened and we'll grab the CMYK color ones. I can come back, my device, grab the black and white ones. And now that I have them all selected here, all 7, I can click upload 7 files and it will upload all of those logos into this folder for me. So now I have my Market Center specific logos right here under my assets. And so think about, you could come in here and add another folder for maybe your personal logo, your personal branding, or a team logo. However you would like to do it, you can save those all right here. And then next, elements. Again, these are your icons that you might commonly use. So if you have any of those, you can add them here. And the same for videos and files down here towards the bottom. So just go ahead, make sure your assets are built up just like you would like them before you jump into designs. It just saves you some steps on the back end. Now that we've set up our assets, let's go ahead and jump into templates. The first piece that we'll be going through together is a listing flyer. So up here at the top left, we'll click back on templates. I feel like this text is going to show really small on y'all's screen. So let me zoom in just a hair so make sure you can see it. So over here, when you go to templates, now notice you have a ton of folders that you can jump into over here. You even have buyer. And if we were to click on like lead generation, client love, okay, so see that you have a lot of different options back over here for your templates. When we jump into listings here, like for sale listing templates, notice at the top up here, it has different types of pieces. So this is going to determine the size of the piece you are creating. So like a social wide piece, social square, you have door hangers, flyers, postcards, even bifolds and trifolds. So when you're creating a piece, it's best to go ahead, choose the type over here on the left, and then also choose the next size of your piece up here. So like door hangers, when you click on these, notice that the designs change, the templates that are available change. And then for today, we're going to do a flyer. So we'll choose flyers/letter. And you can see the different templates that are available right here. Now you always have the option to start from blank and you can build one from scratch. But you also have all of these great templates right here that you can jump into, that you don't have to recreate the wheel every time you're jumping in. Okay. Ken is asking, when using logos for internet and email, they have to be the RGB logos, right? I would check with your market center on that if that's something that they've asked you to use. I haven't heard of that requirement. So yeah, just check with your market center to see if that's something specifically that they've asked you to do. But the ones that I actually uploaded will work on print and web designs. So here we go, right into one of the templates. We'll just randomly choose one when you're ready. Like if you've chosen this one, for example, we can always click use to choose that template and it will begin opening the web designer or design editor. Let me say that again, design editor. And so also, whenever you see a little pop-up like this at the bottom, just know it's usually a newer feature that they have added, or maybe it's your first time jumping into design. So it's trying to give you a little preview of how to operate things, a little basic tutorial. So right here, what it's letting us know is now there is a pages menu that you can pop out on the right-hand side right here. You'll see this in better detail when we jump into our listing presentation that we're going to do next. This flyer obviously is just one page, so we have a little one page. So I'm actually going to click the arrows right here to minimize that back. You do have some zoom options right here at the bottom right. If this is looking too small, you can actually zoom it in so that you can get in here and edit it a little bit better. That really helps when you're working on the text pieces. So you can zoom in as you need to. I'm going to leave it like that. Hopefully it will show a little bigger on your screen zoomed in. And so now you can begin choosing the pieces that you want to personalize on this particular piece. So first things first, why don't we grab this logo up at the top? You can click it to highlight it. Notice our left-hand side changed. When we click on a logo, it immediately went to the logo tab over here on the left. We have a couple of options. Workspace, which are the KWRI provided logos that we saw in their assets. And then we also have My Assets. Remember, these are the ones we just set up for logos. So you can come in here, notice your folders are here if you want to jump into those. But these were the ones that were outside of a folder, so they're showing the image right here and ready. So we click on the logo, and we can just come over here and click on the double arrow icon, which will actually replace that image. It puts it exactly the same size that the logo already was on your design piece. You do have the plus sign in a circle, which will just add the logo to this piece and you can move it around. You would need to resize it and place it wherever you would like it to go. And if you, let's say you didn't end up wanting to use that, you can just hit the delete key on your keyboard and it will remove that. But if you're actually using the swap out button like we did, you would just click on the logo and come over here and click the double arrow and it will swap it out for you. You can still resize it if you'd like it to be a little bit bigger than what you were seeing. You can do that as well. And then just click off of it once you are done. For the photo of the listing, you can actually go ahead and click that to swap it out and come over here to the KWLS tab. This will give you information for a listing. So we can actually search for a listing. If you put your cursor in this box, it gives you several options by listing address, MLS, KWLS ID, listing agent, or co-listing agent. 9 out of 10 times the MLS number is going to be much more precise for you just because this is pulling from all MLSs. And so we just recommend using that one. It just tends to be a little easier. So we're going to grab an MLS number over here randomly, enter that and hit enter. And now it's going to begin pulling up that listing for us here. And we can search through. Now several did come up. Let's see if we can actually find the one that we were looking for. There it is. So right here is the one that we wanted to choose. So we can click select. And now that that listing is selected, the photos that are listed on the MLS for that listing will auto-populate right here. And again, we have our main photo already highlighted. So we can come over here, hit those double arrows, and immediately swap out that image. Now notice it did put it the same size as the original, but see how it's kind of off center and the house is cut off? No worries. You can actually double click the image. There we go. You can double click the image, move it over. You can actually make it a little bit bigger to zoom it in as well, or to zoom out. To get more of the house if that's what you're looking for. Let me zoom out a little bit on my page here so I can get to that top arrow. This can be a little finicky, but you could probably get it done. There we go. So maybe we like that a little bit better. You can just click off when you're ready and leave it like that. If you still don't like how it's kind of cropping to the side for this one, again, just one time click your photo and come back over here to a different particular photo that you would like. Maybe you want an interior photo to be the main one because you prefer the interior of this house or think it's a bigger selling point than the curb appeal. So you can grab one of those. And again, you can adjust that if you want to move it around or even make it smaller. But if you want to zoom in, you can always double click that image, make it a little bit larger, reposition and click off. Okay. Now I did slide that over, so let me slide it a little back. There we go. Got some more people coming into class. That is awesome. All right, great. And so now we've done our logo, we've done our image. Now you can actually come in here. A lot of people ask about these dots. That is a full block of dots. So you can move this around, or even again, you can totally delete this if you want. You can come up here to the trash can and hit delete, or use the delete key on your keyboard to remove those if you don't like it. The headshot down here, again, definitely want that to be yourself, right? And not some random person. So you'd click on your headshot, come back over to images on your left-hand side, choose my assets. And you do have, let me show you all your tabs. You have stock images that you can choose from right here if you want. The workspace again are the KWRI images that were provided in their assets. And then you have my assets here, which was your headshot that you would have added in. And so we can swap this out for Scott. And you can come and just adjust this. Check with your market center and your board as well if you have any requirements compliance wise with how big or how little your headshot can be on your marketing. But you can go ahead again, reposition that how you would like it. And once you're done, you can just click off and the design pieces are automatically saved as you're moving along. So you're good there. And now let's jump into some text as well. So right here for the address, you can actually give that a click, come back over to your KWLS. And it's not just photos that you have a quick grab for, you actually have listing details as well. So you can come here and move through and see the address. So here's our property address. So we can click the swap and it updates it right here for us. You can even double click to get your cursor in there. Let's say you didn't want the city and state and zip included in this particular part. So you can remove that. You can also reposition this and make it larger if you would like. You do have your font options up here at the top. If you'd like to make that a different font, you can come in here and grab those. Make it bold. You can make them bigger. So you have some options, okay? And click off of that. Now the text down here for the description as well. Sometimes this is little and it can get a little tough to get in there and actually edit. You can notice we can put our cursor in there and actually just delete certain words if we want or certain lines. But you also, I see that question in the chat. Yes, I will absolutely go do that for you. I'll show you that when we get towards the end of class or after the class recording has stopped. Um, no problem at all. So right here, you can put your cursor in there and delete some of the characters or a sentence one at a time, but it's a little hard to see. So again, remember your zoom features down here to zoom in if you need to get that bigger, or you have a typewriter version up here at the top. If you click that, it will open this text over here on the right-hand side. Might be a little easier to kind of jump in and look at and replace the text with, and just click Save Changes once you do for that particular piece. Another option, let's say you just don't like the blurb that is here. So you can come over here on the left-hand side and you actually have the description from the MLS itself. Just FYI, this can be a little overkill. So if we hit, give me just a second. If you hit the replace option, I hit the plus. So that's why I added it. But you can hit the swap out, the double arrows, and it does put it right here, but just know, look how much, let's move this little guy out of the way. This is what we were working on. See how much bigger it is and includes so much more. So again, you can make this what you want. Maybe you don't want that blurb at all. So you can actually delete that entire thing and just use the bullet points that were already provided and just make it bigger. So you can come in here and make these 20 point, maybe a little bit smaller. See how it begins wrapping the text around? That's okay. You can just slide your box out a little further, reposition it. I don't know if it's sticking on y'all's screen, but it's sticking for me today. So sorry about that being a little janky. There we go. We'll just spread it out. So you can just use these bullet points if you want. That is completely up to you. Again, this needs to be personalized for how you like it and the way that you want it to be presented. Next, smaller photos, they work just like the images we did previously. So you can come over here to images or KWLS. Let's use the KWLS so we can use our photos from our listing. And you can just swap out some of those since we didn't use our front photo at the top. We'll just come over here and add that there. There's another interior photo. We can drop that in again, just swapping out those photos. And down here for your information, you make sure to go ahead. If you ever see download my app, you click on that and make sure that it is your actual app. So you can come over here to your text again. And they do have a way to add text if you'd like, but we'll come over here to my assets. And if you have your app link here, which I don't think we have ours, you could easily swap that out. Maybe you don't want it to be your app link. Maybe you just want it to be your website, and you can obviously come and swap that out as well. Again, elongate that box if your text starts to wrap. And so then we'll just delete the download my app option and just have the website right there. For your name and real estate, it's the same thing. You would just come in here. You can definitely put your cursor there if you don't want to have to swap it out. And you can edit these however you would like. Just make sure when you're editing a piece that you do go through and you're thorough in editing all the little pieces that you have and you don't leave something generic. I see a question in the chat. Yes, this actual recording will be up on YouTube within 24 to 48 hours, but you can go ahead and find the class archives there as well. Also, these blocks that are back behind here, this red, can also be swapped out. You can click those boxes and notice the color change over here. You can grab your template colors, whichever you would like. You can use your eyedropper as well if there's a photo, like if you want it to match the blue that's in this photo here, you can do that. Jump over here to this box, grab that blue that we just used. For this text down here at the bottom, if you want this to stay here, you can, but you can actually change the color of this text as well. If we come up here to our fill color, grab that same blue, make it a little bit bigger. Again, you can really personalize this however you would like to. Last but not least, see where it grabs the stats for this listing. It actually has three bed, two bath, and the square footage. On this, you probably do not want to swap out the information. If you're coming over here to the KWLS, grabbing listing details, just because it does give you the beds, baths, half baths, square footage all right here. If you swap it out with that, it literally will just swap out that one digit. So for the 5 for the bedrooms, right? So we're going to click undo up here at the top. There we go. And we'll actually just put our cursor here by double clicking and we will manually edit these. So 5 bedrooms, we'll do 8 baths and skip the half. And then come over here to the square footage. It was 416, 4,617. There we go. And so again, now that you have it like you would like, you can make this bigger. Again, with your font options up here at the top, elongate the box to keep your text from wrapping. Center it more if you'd like. And there we go. And so now when you have fully edited this listing piece that you want, let's see. Gotcha, Laylee. I will address that after class for you and give you some information about that and some tips. Okay. She's having an issue with Facebook and command. Um, but I will help you after we finish the class recording with that. No problem. All right. And so now that we have fully finished editing our piece here, now you have some save options or as far as downloading goes. So right up here in the top hand corner, you have a download option. You can choose download and choose to be like a PDF. If you are looking to print this manually, you can even choose PDF for printing. If you actually want to print it there in your office and use a printer that you have, you can also download this as an image as well, like a PNG or a JPEG file. But when you choose PDF, um, you can choose download. And in the bottom left-hand corner, it should begin telling you that your download is working. Um, this has been one of the issues this week. Okay, good. It did download. PDF downloads have been a little wonky this week. So it's just asking you to rename it if you would want on your device. So you can do that and hit save. The name of the design actually is right here as well if you ever want to put your cursor there and change it. So for sale, and you could include the address and name that. Just click off and you'll notice it auto saves. You can order prints directly through this on some of the design pieces in Command. So you could follow the prompts here. If you actually want to order the prints through it, it will go to a third-party platform called Designer, and you'd be able to put in your information there. And you can just click done when you are done. It's kind of like the save button in Command Designs. It will probably, oh, it didn't. It usually asks you to still save if it had not just saved too, but once you click done, it brings you back out here to your design dashboard. Now notice that our project is right here. So it auto puts it right here on your design dashboard. You do have an option. Let's say if you love that flyer, but you actually have a different listing that you want to use it for now, you can come right here to the three dots. You can make a copy and it will duplicate it for you. So then you can go in and actually use that extra copy right here and jump in and add a different listing to it and keep going. So you don't have to completely reinvent every single time. You have to go in and edit all of the logos and all of your information. Once you have a flyer that you love to use and you think looks great, now we would just have to go in, swap out a couple of photos and the listing information, and you're done. So it saves you some steps the next time around. Okay. Now, now we'll jump in and actually look at the buyer and listing presentations. We'll take a peek at the buyer one, but I'll go through the listing one in more detail with you. Remember, we just went to import design to get to that back end. Well, you can get there as well by going to create a design and choosing a print piece. Whatever kind of piece you're looking to create, just make sure you choose the right one here. So click print and next, and you'll notice it takes us to the same place back here in our templates for social and print pieces. On the left-hand side, we'll go to, let me minimize a little bit here so you can see the buyer one. Buyer presentation lives underneath here. You'll notice the 5 different options they already have here for you. And if you like, you can hover over them and it should start flipping through the different pages that are within this presentation just to give you a little preview. You can also see in the top hand corner, top left hand corner, it says 9+, just letting you know there's multiple pages to this particular presentation. Now, a lot of these have the same content in them. It's just cosmetic changes. It's really going to do with your style and which one you prefer. So just come in and grab one, whichever one that you like the look of better. And we'll go ahead and click Use at the top right-hand corner just to show you that it's going to open in that same editor, the same design editor. Remember that preview of the pages on the right-hand side that you can get? Bottom right-hand corner, click Pages. This is super handy when jumping into your presentations. So you can view all the different pages and make sure you're going through all of them thoroughly. Now, again, we're not going to jump into this buyer pres. Actually want to show you the listing. So for here, we'll just click Done or Back Home. I should have just clicked Back Home. We'll go ahead and jump back into Create Design and Print. Click Next. and we'll jump into the listing presentation and go into a little bit more detail. Now, obviously, we're not going to have time to edit like 20 pages, but it will give you the gist of that listing presentation. Same things to actually swap out and edit. So under listings tab on the left, again, we're under templates, listings, and this time we'll go to listing presentations. Notice again, 5 different options. Again, hover over them and it'll show you that preview. And whichever one you cosmetically feel like is more fitting for your brand and style, just go ahead and open that. Click use, and it will open our editor. We'll pop out our pages on the right-hand side when it gets up here. All right. And so now here on the front, think about you're going to be showing this to your client, right? And so you probably do not want it to say listing presentation template. So you can come in here and edit these just like the text like we did on our other one. So you can come in and edit this, maybe put the address of the listing that it is. But also notice on the second page as well, this has instructions of how to do this and edit it. So you definitely don't want your client seeing this, right? So over here on the right, you can choose 3 dots on that page and just delete and delete it right out of the presentation. This number 3 page actually looks a little bit better for a starting page in our opinion. So we'll actually come back to this first page and delete it as well. Now, this page we would like to stay on the front and it's going to be very similar to what you just did. Make sure you're paying attention to all of your logos. Come over here to logos, my assets. Click it again, swap it out. And since we're not going through every single page in super detail, just again, highly recommend you go through every single page before you ever show this to a client so that you're catching these little things. You're making sure that the logos are swapped out and your headshot. You don't want to have a stock photo here. So you would just always come through and make sure all of these are adjusted. Your first and last name as well. Over here on the right-hand side with the text, make sure you're coming in and editing that as well. So you'll come in. Notice how it's trying to wrap the text again. Just remember that we can solve that by elongating our field or our box. If it has something in here you don't want, like you don't want the generic KW website, you can just delete. So again, just like when we were doing our flyer, same editor, same processes, same options. Okay. Let's go click along through the pages just to show you what this listing presentation has for you. Hopefully it's going to cooperate. It looks like it's taking a second. There we go. And at any point, guys, too, you have a new page down here at the bottom right. If you ever want to create a brand new page, maybe there's something that you custom would like to add, you can create a brand new page at the bottom. If you like this page and actually want to add different options, you can come right here to those 3 dots again and actually duplicate that particular page. It'll give it to you twice. All the photos are optional. You can always make those very personal to the listing that you're looking for. Maybe it was listed before, so it has a former listing on the KWLS. So you can come in here and grab those former photos if you want. Or you can add in images. Remember, if you go under workspace, KWRI has those folders for house interiors. And you can come over here and grab a different interior photo. Maybe it's more in line with the style of the listing that you're trying to get the listing for. So you can do that, change out those photos, move along down the pages here. Again, has information about that particular listing. It does give you some content to work from. Your home has 1 more bathroom compared to the average property in, and it has the neighborhood name. So you can actually edit this again to make it more personal. Just again, make sure you're going through and make sure this is applicable to your market and your business and this listing. You also have your property here that you can come in here and actually edit out the details here. So make sure that you're jumping in and making those changes. Comparable properties, you'll definitely want to fill that in for your market analysis. Your needs come first. Scroll down. And again, we're just moving along here to show you the content. The process, it has some steps already in place, but if you'd like to add some things just to customize for your business, you can always jump into this box and either like remove the check boxes if you don't need them, or alter the text that is here, and add some things that are specific to your business. So again, personalize as much as you'd like. Moving on to the next page. It gets into your custom plan. Again, make sure this is not, committing you to something that you don't normally do for your clients. So you'll want to come in here, make sure this is specific to your marketing plan that you actually do for clients. And come in here for finding your buyer and how you get into that. Best in class promotional assets. Your particular media plan that you use. There's even a marketing plan page in here. Your strategic promotion, your coming soon campaign, your just listed campaign, and the different things that you'll do. If you don't have a plan in place, you can definitely read these guys for little pro tips too, because they're actual good ideas for a campaign. So you can come in here and check on those as well. Open house strategy, what you do, details that you may be providing, your experience. This is another page to watch. Make sure you're changing that logo. Make sure you're changing that head shot. Also, your stats for you in business, for your years in business, you can come in here and edit these and make sure that they are accurate. And so make sure you're getting those changed. And so you can pretty much see, you can move through this. Just make sure that like the market stats right here, again, are accurate for your area and you're not leaving them generic. This presentation has a portfolio place where you can come in here and show your past sold properties. I was fixing to say past sold proper problems. That's not what I meant. Although, well, I mean, maybe some of them. So your portfolio of excellence as well. It's just a different layout. If maybe you prefer that page compared to the 6-stack that was right here, you can delete one of those pages and use just the 3. You get the gist. So just move through this presentation and make sure that these are all edited specifically to you. Catch like right here for the app download. In fact, this would be a great place to add your QR code to this piece instead of having the actual app link there. Maybe you want to create a QR code and put it in here so they can just scan it and download the app. That is a great thing to do with clients when you're actually there in person, having an appointment so that you can walk through and make sure that thing is branded to you. So just to keep that in mind, once you are done, once you have fully edited this listing presentation that is here, you have some options up at the top, especially for like the download option. So you would want to come here, probably not going to be printing this out and handing it to the client in person. You'll probably be saving this to view on a device, but either way, you do have some download options to download this as a PDF standard or as an image file. Something that's even neater for this particular presentation, you can actually come right here to the share option and it's going to work. There we go. And you can come right here and see where it says anyone with this link. Copy this link and it actually makes a digital booklet. We're going to open a tab right here and paste that link. And look at this. Now it's actually a digital booklet that they can flip through. So you can email or text them this link. Maybe you just send it to yourself so you can easily open it on your tablet when you're presenting. Back in the old days, that was what I actually did was on a tablet to give a listing presentation. So this will come up. It's actually being a little slow today, guys. Not sure why it even has that red type across the top. There we go. It's having an error. Okay. So again, updates coming in command, and sometimes that does make things work not correctly, but you can get the gist here. It's on your screen. This is what it would look like in the preview. And you can actually just sit here and thumb through. If we put it on the booklet view, you can even go to full screen if you would like. It's just really not cooperating with me today, guys. Sorry about that. But you see the pages over here on the right. You can actually click through and you would be able to thumb through the different pages in this. So, and you have a couple of different views up here at the top. It's just not working for us today. Sorry about that, guys. It will work. We've seen it work. We use it. So just know to come back in. It's just for me today during this class, it's just not cooperating. Let me try one more view last time just to see if we can get it to work. Yep, nope. We're still getting an error. Okay. So you can share that link with your clients to view it as a digital booklet instead. Again, this link down here at the bottom. And so when you are completely done, just click done at the top right. That will save your presentation. It will bring you back out to your designs dashboard. And now you will have your presentation right here that you were working on. If you ever need to come and make changes again, you can double click it to edit it, or you can make different copies and continue using it and only have to update that particular listing through it, right? So you don't have to reinvent the wheel every time. If you have any questions about what you just saw, you can always reach out to us at support@scottleroymarketing.com and we'll be happy to help. If you're here with me live, just hang on a second. I'll get these questions in the chat answered for you guys. Otherwise, thanks for watching.